Hey, what's up, everybody? Justin Sardi here, CEO and co-founder of TubeSift.com. And today we have a really cool guest, David Gillmore, on the call with us. And David's been doing some really amazing things with YouTube ads and has been using TubeSift through the process. So we kind of wanted to bring him on, get a little bit of info on what he's doing. If you got any awesome tips you want to share, anything like that, that would be awesome. So thanks for taking some time out and joining us today, David.
Glad to be here and honored to be with you, Justin. I have been doing online marketing for 21 years full time from my house, this is my office. I go from my bedroom, look both ways in the hallway, make sure there's no traffic, walk across. You know how that is. You're doing the same thing. It's
the
just
12-step program, they call that. Yeah, right?
That's right. Here we go. And it's been great, but I have not found in 21 years a better source for leads and conversions than YouTube. And compared to other social media sources, they're so much easier to work with. I was surprised. I launched a campaign and I get a message from Google saying, hey, would you like someone to review your campaign for you and work with you? I thought, sure, I've gone through Justin's course, but it's always good to have someone take a look at it. So a couple days later, I got a call. We did a screen share. She looked at the campaign and she said, well, how much do you think you know about YouTube ads? I said, I've never run YouTube ads. This is my first ad, just went through a course from Justin. And so your input's good. She says, well, what do you think, how much do you think you are on a scale, 0 to 10, 10 being the best? I said, probably a 7. So she took about 10 minutes, looked at my campaign and said, yeah, there's nothing I can do here. You're probably a 12 or a 13. So thanks, have a great day. This is gonna kill it. And it did. It really, really did.
Yeah, the cool thing about YouTube is, I don't know why, but most people still aren't using it. Maybe it's the, having to have a video that is maybe a barrier to entry for some people, that they don't want to go forward with that, or I'm not quite sure, but it's really untapped right now. It's sort of like Facebook was back in the day when before everybody started adopting that. And I think that's really where YouTube is right now. And honestly, it's been there for the past few years. And every year I'm like, it's going to get more competitive, and it just hasn't really, I haven't really seen costs going up or anything like that yet. And to top it off, they're pretty lenient as far as what you can actually promote. And like you were saying, just being willing to actually work with you and let you know what's wrong with your landing page. If for some reason you do have a compliance issue, they're not just going to out of the blue flag your account and boot you and then not talk to you ever.
Yep. So I did have an account shut down. As soon as I launched the campaign, it was shut down. It was obviously a bot, right? And so I, of course, appealed it and said, what's going on? And I went totally, Justin, against their terms of service, which you say in the training, make sure you read their advertising policy. Right. I thought, I've been doing this for 21 years. I know, blah, blah, blah. It's sort of like when you add a new app to your phone, I've read all the, you don't read that stuff, right? So totally went against the terms of service, reopened a new account and have been running flawlessly since then. I tell you what, if you just follow the instructions in your course and do what Justin says to do, you're going to have a great experience. And it's been really, really profitable for me.
Awesome. Love hearing it. And so if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about kind of, what you're doing. I know you're doing some pretty cool stuff. You're in a super cool niche. No big deal if you don't want to reveal the niche or anything like that. But if you just share a little bit about what you're doing and how TubeSift specifically has helped you, would love to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, so thanks for asking. I've really tried it in 3 different niches. One is the e-commerce. As a matter of fact, I've got a screenshot here. This is the results from, I don't know if I can share my screen.
Let's see, I think I can, this is with the whole Zoom thing. There we go.
All new. So
cool.
this is after running a campaign in my e-com store. So during this campaign, it ran from June 5th to August 28th. I did over $200,000 in sales, and my highest day was $14,323 in a single day.
And that's all with YouTube ads?
100% from YouTube. Justin, if you weren't a guy, I'd kiss you on the lips, right? But I tell you what, you have made me more money faster than anybody else I have ever worked with.
Awesome. I mean, love hearing that. So, and I love the e-com story too, because I always have people asking like, you know, does this work for e-commerce? And I know that some people have had a little bit of difficulty, you know, tapping into, because you're used to, you know, running e-com ads on Facebook where all you need is an image. And obviously you do need to dial in a little bit. You know, it's a little different process for sure. But I mean, that right there is proof that it indeed does work for e-com. So love seeing that.
And my e-com store is kind of a off niche. It's a preparedness niche where it's you can go in and buy water filters and garden seeds and those kind of things, or books that my wife writes. So it's not a big market at all, and it worked just flawlessly.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Like not a big market, and that's something that kind of gets me thinking a little bit of maybe, you know, the fact that it's not that big of a market. You're able to use TubeSift to really dial in exactly who you want your ad to be shown to you know, to really tap into that market instead of just showing it to people who might be interested in something of the sort, right?
Right. So the second niche I went into was actually promoting a product that I really believe in, which was your product, okay? And Videos Ad Cracked, and I promoted that to a list of mine, and also ran YouTube ads exclusively at the same time. And I'm going to share a screen again because
I remember cutting you a check for that. You
yeah,
did you did a lot of sales. So
$113,740 in 10, I think it was 14 days, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on vacation in Alaska on a fishing trip at the time, and I was, you know, in and out of service. And when I got service, I was, you know, got a message, and it was Chris. He's like, dude, have you seen the numbers David's doing? I was like, no, I'm on vacation. Pulled that up, looked at it. I was like, whoa, maybe I need to go on vacation more, right?
Exactly. Yeah, well, you know, I think in my YouTube video that people could feel my sincerity. I mean, this was after I got the results from my e-com store. So I knew it worked. Had never, in 21 years, had never run a paid ad on YouTube. And then just out of the gate is working great. So high ticket items, especially in the make money online, you know, biz op, that kind of business works really, really, really well. So I you know, if people are considering buying your product and they haven't yet, all I can say is every day you're not using it, you're losing money. And the way that I was able to make money is I actually had bought a previous course, and they recommended some software to kind of find out placements. And then I ran across your software, which was 10 times better than the other software that they recommended. I purchased TubeSift, and it was like, whoa, this is so cool. It really does find placements, keywords, channels, you know, audiences, all those things, and super easy to use. Then I found out after that you had your course. Then I purchased the course, and boy, the combination is just totally lethal. And so I think that all came through in my video, and people, you know, resonated with that and really jumped on board and took advantage of the product because it's just awesome.
Nice. Yeah. And again, really appreciate you promoting it. That was a killer way to cap off that vacation. Alaska was awesome, but you know, nothing like a week of sales like that as well. So
well, catching salmon on a river or out in the ocean is, you know, is awesome. But when you can be making $100,000 while you're out there doing it, hey, that's even better.
I know, right? But no, that was definitely, I'm going to try and make that trip again, just because, I've still been eating the salmon. It's been phenomenal, and the halibut. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and good times with the family as well. So that was a cousin, like a trip with my cousins, my uncles, and my dad. So, and my brothers. So always a good time.
So the third niche that I've been working in right now is the health niche. Now this is the particular product I'm working with is a lower cost product. It's like $37 ClickBank product. And so the ROI isn't as high as working with obviously a high ticket item, right? A click is a click. I'm usually getting charged somewhere between 4 cents and 7 cents in the health niche per view, right? Cost per view. But right now, I was just reviewing the campaign last night. We're at 127% ROI on a $37 product. It has an upsell, and now we're just scaling. It's a placement ad. We targeted it for the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, and so forth. Reviewed the data last night. Okay, so all of the sales except for one came in from the US. We just went into that campaign, just like in your training. We cut off the other countries. We cut off a couple other demographics that you showed us how to do in your training, and are running it again. I haven't looked at the numbers today, but super easy to edit a live campaign.
Yeah.
And without having to go back into a review process like on other platforms. You change targeting like that, it just everything just stops and goes back into review. Here it just keeps on flowing. So e-com works really well for me. High ticket offers work really well for me, and even the digital low ticket health and fitness offers have worked really for me. And I'm just getting started. That's just the beginning. So I've only tested those 3 niches, but from what I can tell, I don't know that there isn't anything in here that would meet their advertising policies that you couldn't just do crazy successful with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'm in some different niches as well, and I definitely prefer obviously prefer promoting my business. The software, YouTube ads, teaching people how to use these to generate more income. That's been phenomenal. But yeah, we've definitely played around with some other niches: beauty niche, survival niche, and there's just so much content on YouTube, and there's literally content in any niche you can think of. There's videos out there of people who just like to listen to sounds. I found out.
That's right.
Yeah. I was like, what is this? Yeah. So all kinds of crazy stuff. So, if you can find a video on YouTube about that your target audience would be watching, you can make this work, basically.
So I just finished my last high ticket item campaign. Can I share a screenshot with you?
For sure.
Because I haven't even shared this with you. This was in 10 days. So from, what is that, September 8th to September 18th. ClickBank product, $64,320 in 10 days, Justin. And that was exclusively YouTube ads.
Nice. Man, that's awesome. And because you don't need an existing audience to get any of this going either. You just tap into that and you're good to go.
Right. Exactly.
So, I love seeing that, and love that you've taken action. That's that's the number one step, is just doing it, learning it. And honestly, you're probably better at running these ads than I am now. But
well, you mentioned something interesting, and that is you're taking action. None of my campaigns were perfect. They just weren't. As a matter of fact, I took your advice. I created my video. Then it was like 3.5 minutes, close to 4 minutes long, and then I just cut all kinds of stuff off of it to make it about 1.5 minutes. Yep. And I ran those 2 videos in the same campaign to split test it. And the video I created, first of all, that I thought was just going to crush it, the big video, no, it was a shorter video.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been perfect, but because I split tested and I ran it, I found out which one was better, and then I just paused the longer video and just went with the shorter video.
Yeah, and it's super easy to do. And from there, you just throw more budget at it. And, you know, I've seen you can scale pretty big with these types of campaigns. So.
Now, talking about scaling, I have never had a campaign over $20 a day. All those numbers you saw, not one campaign broke $20 a day. I had either $10 a day budget or $20 a day budgets. And so I had several different campaigns, okay? Certain campaigns just to California and Texas, other campaigns to everybody except for California and Texas, because California and Texas sucks up so much of my traffic. I wanted to get a good balance. I had keyword once I got placements kind of dialed in, then I started doing keywords, started doing channels, those kind of things. So I had lots of different campaigns running, but I didn't feel like I was really risking anything because it was just, it was $10.
Right.
And I could tell really quickly within 72 hours if that campaign was going to fly or not. And really, once I turned the campaign on, whether it was placements, keywords, or channels, they all worked. They all made me money. I never paused the campaign because it wasn't making me money. And then my killer campaign, retargeting.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Retargeting's amazing.
Holy cow. Because I had so much traffic from these other campaigns. And what I love about it is that Google makes the retargeting audience for you automatically. I didn't have to upload a list. I didn't spend $50,000 to upload a list. They just made the audience for me. I was able to retarget that audience. And then I could also retarget a lookalike audience because they make the same thing for you. It's just like, where has this been all my life? This is so easy and so profitable. It's incredible.
Yeah, those
but I couldn't have done it.
Are awesome.
I'm gonna throw another little, I couldn't have done it without your training, because it's like learning Greek. It's like getting an education and anything else. You need a tutor. You need someone to who's been down that track. And I just can't, from the heart, I just can't say how much your training has made it successful. Without the training, I would have just been floundering around and spending money and losing money for sure. So with the back training and the TubeSift, man, that's just a 1-2 punch that just it's a TKO for anybody else. It just knocks them out.
Cool, man. Well, and I'm stoked to see those numbers too. I mean, those are amazing numbers. By the way, I'm like, whoa. And 2 of those were without even having your own product. So literally anybody can do this. That's right. Which I thought that's probably one of my favorite things about this. Like when I first got into the internet business, or started doing internet marketing, like I used to do construction, right? Like I was working in hotels, like remodeling hotels, putting locks in, and if I can do this, anybody can do this. And that's why I was like, I should make a training on this. I gotta, teach other people how to do this. So, and just seeing people like you that have taken action, have, getting results like this. I mean, those are life-changing results. I love seeing that. So,
well, the reason why I hadn't done YouTube ads is because I didn't want to be on video. And I found out you don't have to be on video. Right. There's lots of ways that you can do this. I mean, for $20, I can go to Fiverr and have them do a voiceover and do animation or video for me, and I'll make $2,000 off that $20 ad, that spend. I mean, just blows my mind comparing this to a brick and mortar store, how affordable this is. Spend a little money, get it done for you. If you don't have the perfect voice, or you don't have the right gender for the audience, or you don't know which videos to put together, just jump over to Fiverr and say, hey, this is my script. This is what I've come up with. I need a voiceover and I need animation with this, and let them run with it. And I've seen some great videos done that way.
Yeah, definitely. No, a lot of my students do that as well. And I know you had a special group for people to join with you. And I've seen some of the videos people are getting made off Fiverr in there. I was like, whoa, these are really good. They're like, oh, I paid $20. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, and while they were doing that, I was making money doing something else. Okay. Right. So it was well worth the money because I didn't have to spend the time. I just came up with the script. And the script, man, that's just me talking to a friend. That's how I write the script. If my friend has got diabetes and I want to talk to him and I found a product that helps him, or if I get a friend, my sister wants to lose weight and there's a product I come across, I don't want to help her. And I just kind of share that as I'm just person to person. It's genuine and it really comes across personal and it comes across sincere, and they click on it, they go to my landing page. I can either capture that contact information to build my list, which is what I'm really working on right now, is to be able to remarket that list over and over and over again. And or I can just send them right to the offer page. So I always send them to a landing page. I always sell them to a pre-sale page. So I know that my pre-sale page is 100% compliant with the Google ad policy, because I don't know what the VSL is. They could have things on the VSL that isn't. But on my landing page, it's 100% compliant. It kind of warms them up a little bit. My conversion rate's always better. It's an extra step, but it gets them walking down that path of them just being kind of thrown into the sales portion of it. And
Right.
so that's has worked really well for me. I like that combination.
Yeah, and like you said, you can you can pixel that page. You can build retargeting audiences of everybody that's hit that. And what I like to do there is make you have Google create the similar audience of everybody that's clicked on your ad and landed on that page, and then you can scale to the moon with that thing super easily. So
yep, exactly. Yeah.
And then you have
I was working with someone last night and helping him get his Google tags in ClickBank, and so Google can track all the conversions all the way through. I still use a spreadsheet to track things. You have the spreadsheet in the training, but they can track those, and then they can make that similar audience for add to cart, for purchases, for website conversions, which means they clicked on the link. Any of those they can start building audiences for. And you just get so dialed in, such a sweet spot when they start using their AI to hyper target your market.
Yeah, and it's got way better. I mean, I've been running ads on YouTube since, I don't know, 2013, 14, somewhere right around there. And they just, every improvement they roll out, I'm like, yes, 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 yes. It just keeps getting better and better, because it was a little janky in the beginning. So
well, I want to thank you for being at the tip of the sword, tip of the spear, and taking all that learning curve at the beginning, and then coming up with the software, TubeSift software. My goodness, what a gem. I don't know how many hundreds of hours it would have saved me from going through and clicking on and seeing if they got ads on there and then saving the link. And it's so fast, so easy.
That's why I had it made, because I was running ads for clients and I was literally spending hours just compiling these placements. I ended up bringing on VAs. I was paying them. I was like, there has to be something that does this. And of course there wasn't. So I was like, we're making it.
Good.
Yeah.
So glad you did.
Cool, man. Well, thanks so much for your time today, and thanks for sharing all that with us. Congrats on your awesome results. And yeah, if there's anything you want to add, go for it. Otherwise, appreciate you being here, and love seeing the action takers.
Well, when you invited me to chat with you, I absolutely wanted to do it because I just want to give back, because you've really changed my business. This is, even through the lockdown, this has been the best year I've ever had, and it's 80% from YouTube ads. And I just wanted to say thank you. And if anybody's considering this, stop considering it. Get the software, get TubeSift, get the training, and just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Put it out there. You can look at the data, tweak it, and make it work. And I just couldn't be happier. So thanks so much for your support. I love your comments in your training. I love that you have your office hours every week, and you have the training there. Open mic, you can ask whatever question. You don't shy away from anything. You've got great tips every week. So appreciate the support and the great software that you have. So looking forward to making more money next year.
Right on. Cool. Well, thanks so much, man. And we'll keep in touch.
You bet. Thanks.